no one is ugly. We all have our individual, unique traits. Beauty is not about our physical attributes. I think the most stunning women in the world are often the most tortured. I mean, look at the recent drug overdose of Demi Lovato or the suicides in the last few years by good-looking, talented people. Beauty is about self-love. It takes a lot of work. But the reality is that beauty and self-love are only realized when we love and approve of ourselves exactly the way we are. I think everyone who's watching right now can relate when helping a friend to build their self-confidence. I think if you go at it from like a position of self-love and self-realization, you might be able to help them. For example, us girls will say that each other are beautiful and remind ourselves that you are there to help her when she is feeling down. However, she needs to know that this will just be a band-aid. Whatever lies beneath the band-aid is a deeper issue than just a superficial cut. This person should find it within themselves to explore their own personal, beautiful traits. Beauty is not defined just as looks either, though sure, someone will notice your looks before you open your mouth, though a pretty smile does not hold good, deep conversations. Beauty is also very individualistic. They should take some time to get to know themselves and reflect. Also, telling yourself that you are ugly will do nothing but make you believe this is true. And even if it isn't true at all, insecurities are normal, but you have to learn how to deal with them. Or let's say, quote unquote, decorate them. Accepting and loving yourself for who you are will get you way farther than dwelling on who you are not and what you don't have. So, all in all, you can say anything to help them get out of this funk, but what they are telling themselves is what matters at the end of the day. Also, if you know anyone that's having trouble with these issues, my main point literally in all of this is that people see the beauty in you. They really do. You know, there are ancient sculptors and painters who have depicted beautiful people with other features. And isn't it wonderful to know that you share features in common with works of art? Just saying. Isn't really all that funny to anyone but the person saying it. And it very subtly destroys your self-esteem. You may think it's fine, but you have to keep it in check. Just acknowledge your faults and be willing to make fun of yourself. If you can't poke fun at your missteps, that tends to destroy your ability to take a joke at all. We're not flawless as much as we want to be, and it's fun to tease yourself when they're brought into light. I don't know, it sounds so basic, but yeah, it used to feel relieving, like taking other people's power away of shaming you. But you doing it first, you don't even realize when you actually start perceiving yourself as nothing but a punchline, feeling like you have no redeeming substance. But I feel like people don't really talk about it that much, because it's like when people start saying, oh, it's just a joke, when actually it's not healthy to yourself and it influences people around you to make the same what they so-called jokes, which ends up hurting themselves. I mean, I feel like at this point, when I make jokes myself, I think it's just because I think it's funny, or good or bad. Well, for me, before I was talking bad about myself a lot more than I would now, like joking about my appearance, calling myself stupid if I did something wrong, even criticizing a body part. But an old friend told me once that I needed to treat myself like a dear and beloved friend and compliment myself rather than joke about me. And it was hard as hell at first, and it still is now, to be honest, but it feels so much better not to as much. I mean, I'm not saying that it's easy, but I guess it's just like a long process. I feel like people started normalizing putting yourself down, thinking that that's being humble, and when you try to compliment yourself and be proud of yourself, you're being judged as being overconfident and full of pride. I mean, I feel like there's a big difference in between being proud of yourself and being humble at the same time, and being full of pride. That was a long rant.